be a quick sort of back and hip mobility just to get you moving. So to start, we're going to start with some thoracic cars. So if you have a block or something that you can squeeze, great. And if you don't, just put your hands across your chest, no big deal. I've got a block handy, so I'm going to use that. And what we're going to do to start, tuck the chin towards the chest, round through the top of the spine, tip the body to the right, curl the body to the right, and then slowly start to extend all the way around to the other side where we tip the body to the left, curl the body to the left, and then roll all the way through the middle. We want to keep our hips nice and stable here, so the motion is really just coming through the top of the spine, and then I'm just sort of squeezing this block between my hands. Nice. We're gonna do 4 in one direction here. Last one. And then once we get to the bottom, we'll switch it up and go the other way through flexion. So tip the body to the left, rotate, extend, really just focusing on the upper body through the rib cage here, squeezing that block if you can, otherwise hands are up over your shoulders, trying not to let those shoulders come down and forward too much. Make sure they're maintaining shoulder blades on the back of your rib cage. Just working in whatever pain-free range of motion you have available here. One more. Awesome. One more. Sorry, that was extra. That's okay. And release and relax. Awesome. Next, we're going to go into some spinal curls and flexion here. So if you want to hang onto your block again, you can, or just let your arms dangle, and we'll just again work within your range of motion. So I want you to start by tucking your chin towards your chest, and then really slowly, as much as you can, start to lower your body to the floor, but super slow, like one vertebrae at a time as you can. And then if you can get all the way down, great. And if you can't, that's fine too. You can always put your block there, kind of like something to aim for if that feels good. And then slowly, slowly, slowly peel your body up. Roll the shoulders back, straighten up through the chin and chest. We're gonna do a few repetitions like this, just moving nice and slow. Noticing anything that's sort of tight or stiff in the body, and just working within the range of motion that you have available. Trying to get really segmental with these curls here. Again, only 2 pain-free range of motion. So whatever that range of motion looks like for you today, just work within that. We're gonna do one more here. Curl, curl, curl. Coming all the way down. And then uncurling all the way up. Amazing. Next, we're going to get into sort of a wider squat stance here. So I want you to bring your legs out really nice and wide. You can keep your block close if that feels supportive to you or if you need it. And then I'll get you to bring your arms out to the side, just like you're sort of hugging, like could hug a big barrel here, and we're going to roll those shoulders back and down, and then send the knees out. We're in sort of this wide sumo squat here. We're just going to take a few pulses, nice and up and down, to get into this squat, and then slowly tip the body to the right, lean that right arm into the right leg, and then just Allow that to peel the chest up and over. Keeping those feet planted into the floor, thinking about pressing that forearm into the knee and keeping those knees tracking over the outside of the toe. Bringing that left shoulder back onto the shoulder blade still, opening up here. Maybe looking over to the left hand. One more breath here, and then slowly come all the way up. Extend the legs, and then roll the shoulders back again as a nice reminder, and then we'll go right back into the squat. Tip the body over to the left side and start to rotate through the chest, pressing that left forearm into the left knee, still opening up through the knees. Try to sort of keep that pelvis a little bit untucked behind you in whatever comfortable position it may have. No pain. So if you're like up here still, that's fine. Just work within your range of motion. Whatever feels good in your body. But if you can get your glutes, your pelvis down low, please, I invite you to. We're gonna hold here for 2 more breaths, really opening up through the spine, maybe looking at that right hand. And then slowly release the body, come all the way up to standing. And then we'll do some sort of rotation here with the upper body, but in more of a hip hinge here. So instead of dropping the pelvis down like this, we're gonna purely hinge at the hips. And again, stay within your range of motion. If you need to use a chair or something to support yourself here, please do so. If you have a little bit more range available, you can aim towards the floor or bringing a block up on an edge or a couple books stacked up, whatever feels good for you. We just want to make sure that that pelvis can stay untucked here. So you see the difference where I don't want any curvature through the spine here. I want this really untucked. So if you need to stay up here to maintain that, then please stay up here. Support yourself on a desk or a chair, whatever is available in your body. If you can get those hips down and back a little bit more, pushing them out so the booty's really behind us here, and then extending through the arms. You can bring one hand over to your hip if you like, or you can send it open behind you. We're just going to start to rotate that chest towards the right, opening up through the spine here. And check in with your hips. Did they sort of shift to one side? See if you can bring them a little bit more square. That might feel like you're not rotating as much, and that's okay. That might just adjust how much range you're actually going into, and that's fine because we want to find that range in the hips as well. If that feels uncomfortable for your arm, again, you can bring it back onto your hip and just sort of think about peeling that body away, pressing through that arm that might be planted on something. 2 more breaths here, really rotating, and then we'll slowly make our way to the other side. And then on the exhale, bring your right arm to meet the left, and then rotate in that opposite direction. Again, hand on the hip or hand up, whatever feels good for you. Press into that hand that is supporting you. Make sure that that pelvis is untucked and you're still sending those hips back, rotating through the upper chest, maybe looking at that left hand wherever it may be, or up towards the corner. Adjust those hips if you feel like they have moved, which they probably have, so pay attention to that. Really sending those sits bones back, opening up through the spine. Two more breaths here. Pushing through the feet. And on the next exhale, just slowly bring yourself through center. And then slowly bend the knees and just raise your body all the way up. Couple shoulder rolls here. And we'll finish up with just a few circles through the neck. So bringing the chin towards the chest, dropping the ear towards the right side, Spinning the head all the way around into extension and then bringing that chin all the way down to the chest. Rotating, side bending, flexing, moving all the way into extension. This is our last cycle here and we'll change directions. Extending, rotating, side bending, extending, rotating, side bending. One more nice circle here. Amazing. Give yourself a couple shoulder rolls. That's it. Nice little 10 minutes of movement to get things flowing.